Hello? 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 You there, Remy? One, two. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2.
1, 2.
Can you hear me?
Hello? Hello? Do you hear me? Hello? Hello?
Hello, you hearing me?
They get you loud and clear. They get me?
Yes, I hear you now. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Um, Good evening, family. Sorry, we've been get some technical challenges we'll get for try for overcome. But today we can discuss about how ignorance is being used for people them in poverty. We also go discuss the consequences of ignorance in our society, one of which now mistrust. Mistrust now the reason for all the hate and all the things where they go wrong in our society. Because when people trust each other, they will not hate each other. When people trust each other, politics does not become a game of life and death. It is a game of all of us. So today, I get with me Mr. Imran Toure, that we can discuss more about why we forget all them problems and what we believe say we for do for make we solve some of them problems here. Mr. Toure, I go let you tell people there to say.
Pambulem, plenty cabo, plenty kushete in all. I wish you all well, and I want for wish you even more a happy new year. This is not the first show, this is what we do inside this 2024. And we hope say when all day now in a living room them and when they engage because if we all come together, one broomstick not the sweep. Now we get plenty broomstick, you call them broom. If now one rain, it not go be broom. So when we join together, join hands then together for let we try for push we country. Una cabo again.
Okay, thank you, sir. This now serious times and we get for treat we country with seriousness. This is not about politics. It's not about political party or about individuals. It's about the place where we call Sierra Leone. And I believe, say, from now on, we will begin to treat Sierra Leone as a place that is bigger than all of us. Why? We get to do that because this is a country with so much potentials that if only we can build trust, we work together, we will have the richest country in Africa, if not the world. The, the agricultural potentials alone where we country get, if we tap into them, we'll be having revenue going into billions of dollars. We fish resources with over 250 species of fish. If we tap into them, we would have a basic minimum of $5 billion from it. Not to talk about the mineral potentials. Every district in that country has a mineral that can be mined. We could bring money to the district. If you not get iron ore, you will get bauxite. We have 13 different minerals in Sierra Leone. The western area has platinum. That you then they call black sand, na platinum. The northern province, Potloko district, you get bauxite, you get iron ore. Gambia district, get bauxite, you get iron ore, you get the possibility for get good tile. Tonkolili district has almost every mineral you can think of in Sierra Leone. Bombali has the same. Koinadugu has gold, has diamonds. Why are we poor in Sierra Leone? You got to begin to talk these things straight now. The poverty of Sierra Leone is man-made. It's created by a few people. Few people. They know, then they keep the masses in abeyance, and they keep them in ignorance. And at the same few people, they do all these things, so then they call politics. Me believe say, if we get for make we country get peace and stability, the first thing what we need in a Sierra Leone, the people of Sierra Leone for know the potentials of the country, so then go get the freedom for select so that they want select. Not any Jack and Tom, they count 2 and 6, then go get them power. And for begin select people that know say, when it come, they walk in with all interest. The only way we can have a stable Sierra Leone is for us to ensure that the people, especially the young generation, they know the potentials of the country. The only way we can make Sierra Leone is for ensure say, the young population, they're able to sit down together and talk together. So, Mr. Toure, I leave this word to you for now, that you give me your own views about what you know on gears and
Brother, I want to tell you thank you, where you give me the privilege for them at this platform today. For that we can iron with what I was close to them. Waiting I need for start with politics. Politics, not tool. Waiting a tool, not something we they use for do something or forget something. Like for instance, you get cutlass. Cutlass not tool. You they use cutlass for brush, for make farm. But cutlass can be misused. They're not making for chap person. If you use them for brush, that is the reason why it was manufactured in the first place. But if you use them for chap person, they're not making for that. Same as politics. We get a lot of people and way they misuse them. And thereby, we're not able to get the real reason why it was manufactured in the first place. It's like gun. Gun, you can use them for hunt. But people use them for kill their wife. It was not meant for wife killing. I remember the Duke of Edinburgh once, where they talk about gun crime be come up in England. Now they get a privilege where they interview him. Now they talk about say gun not the kill person. That people in the one for making a big outcry over it. Now they say it's simple. Guns by themselves don't kill people. Now people they use them for kill people. Politics by itself, they kill person. Now person and they use them for kill people, them, misuse people, them, frustrate people, them, take people and dignity away from them. It is something meant for good. People and they use them for bad. Because I can always tell people and for say politics. One thing about them, it only takes the personality of who that they dey. If na person we rowdy, now rowdiness could in our community once they take over. If na thief man, if you give them access for whole things that were valuable, and enable control the hand, it go thief. So we can't talk about mistrust. How you go trust somebody when you not get faith in? Man will get cutlass before you use them for brush, it is chap force with her. Man will all gone before you use them for kill animal, it is shoot you with her. or where he only gone, you dey see for say they struggle for only gone. You not go trust them. you go be scared. And now this thing they happen now with society. We get quite a lot of mistrust. We get doubts. We are suspicious of the people that were in power. Because if the pan top for say hold 10 cents in hand, you say empty pockets lost what's inside it. And once we not get trust or the ability to trust one another, there is no way we not go able to unite. Unity the only come where we not get trust in one another. Then when we not get trust, you find out for say unity go there, and unity thereby a byproduct of unity, we not go get peace because we not relax with each other. Even when we not disagree, with each other, we not go able for discuss about it. We not get a consensus because when they talk, we not get faith in each other. We not able to rely on each other. We not get doubts about each other. But to society as it is so right now, Mindema not believe Timniman not believe Mindema, Limba man not believe Mindema and Timniman, so man not believe Creole man not believe so man not believe Timniman. So everybody is suspect the company. So now within a country, nobody know they blink, nobody know they sleep, because we only watch each other. Because you don't know what the next person can do to you. Because we don't get.
Well, I just want to ask you one simple question.
Yes, sir.
What do you think say now the reason for this mistrust? Or what do you feel say now the reasons for this mistrust? Because the problem of mistrust, not only now the issue is we get for no side this problem come out. Let me make people know say now this now the root of the problem. Let us begin find solutions by going back to the root and see how we can get rid of this problem. What do you feel say are the reasons for all them problems of mistrust?
Well, I believe, say, for me, yourself, I can begin to trace them through the colonial invasion, because basically, them people there, then come, they were not invited, then get interest, we're not we interest, and even the treaty where they sign, they say we achieved the not sign because 1866 or so, we people them na kings and them get, then come water and down to paramount chiefs, and then paramount chiefs, then they most of them Arabic than the right. Then can bring a treaty when are English. Who signed those documents? Because when they come, they say that
okay, now we accept say the colonial people them do all that.
Yes.
But why is it that after 60 and more years, we're not able to sit down for look, say this is wrong, let us change it?
You see, the environment, because you should be better than me on this area of education. The environment where you grow up, they affect your perception and the way you think subsequently. You find out for say when the rich man and come, where they occupy with country, most of the people that wouldn't say as governor, now they so German them. They're not sabi how for deal with people them in a way we go say in an administrative way, not the military way, not by force. They're not the liaise, they're not the engaged. Now bully them, they bully you, forget their own way. So people let me see all of them.
Why you think say them and bring that bullying attitude into the governance system?
Because they were an occupying army. And basically they were there.
Well,
so
okay. Now they have gone. They have gone. Why can't we change from that?
Well, during the post-colonial time, when we brought and take over, this is what they learned. Say, this is how you lead. You're not questioned.
But didn't we have a governance system before the white man came?
We had a governance system, by then we had lost it.
And what was that system? Do we know?
The system what we get we own court system. We get we own court system. You find out for say they make a redundant, then bring their own court system where not be compatible to we own system, and they make we believe say with system, not they work with system inferior. And you find out for say it still affect we because tropical fruits when not they grow now England, where it in Sierra Leone where you find and call them English guava, and guava not they grow in England. Where fall dry, they call them native fall. Where the fall stout, they call it English fall.
Okay,
So you find out for say
I
that they
go
don't create a
accept all
situation
that,
of
but I get
inferiority.
another question. The question is,
Yes.
was it only Africa that was colonized?
Well, you find out for say they colonize India, but India then keep their own indigenous writings. They maintain their own medicine and belief system. In we own case, it be different. They can't say that they can't correct the barbarians. We are barbaric.
I would not subscribe to that. You know why?
Yeah.
This is not a history discourse, but I think I don't do enough research into history. One thing we'll get for begin accept, because I've been lead you with them questions here for make we reach this point.
Yes.
One thing we'll get for accept and accept very fast. We the Africans, now we own problem. Now we are the bullies, now we they enslave each other. Not a white man brings slavery to you. The meet we panam and we panam day. Right now, we enslave each other in Africa. That's why it is difficult for Africa to develop. If you employ somebody at the end of the month, you not pay them a wage to able to make that person sustain himself. That's a form of slavery.
Yep.
If you expect somebody for go pay obeisance to you before you get a job, that's a form of slavery. Slavery is not always a physical activity. It can be psychological. It can be in several other forms. We are the slave masters. That mentality of bullying each other, now the white man used to their advantage. The same white man went to India. They went to Thailand. They went to these places. But these places had their systems intact. Thailand get a king, but the king not to bully. As a matter of fact, except if they say they get a king or a monarchy in Thailand. We in Africa, we have that mentality of ego.
It come back to waiting I be the same Naya about the governor there will be military type of people.
But the governors took advantage of the situation they met.
And they come. Before the white man came, there was slavery already in Africa. Africa owned slaves themselves. But the way it was done, it is completely different because capitalism was not involved in that type of slavery. Even my grandfather had slaves.
Something worse than capitalism was involved.
My grandfather had slaves.
Can you exchange a human being for horse?
He even married some slaves then. Where
can you exchange a human being for an animal like a horse?
Well,
do you know
the slavery
do
way
you know
I know
that the beginning of slavery in Africa was the exchange of people for horses? And also the use of free labor to mine gold to be sold to the Arabs?
Yes.
So European called slavery.
No, slavery was always there. As I said to you.
As a matter of fact, the Europeans came to Sierra Leone. They were in Sierra Leone for over 100 years before they were able to abolish slavery. Slavery itself was officially abolished in Sierra Leone in 1926.
Yeah.
but we still have slavery.
Well, you
We
see,
practice slavery by our social systems.
the slavery system, it has moved from being physical, now it's mental.
Well, it is worse now.
That's what I'm saying.
And this mental slavery, now they sustain mistrust.
Let me give you this.
This is the
A
point I
man
was
where I
leading
know,
you to.
a man where I know, if he gets picking away in the men, one man be there amongst them during that 1920 something the way they talk about when they abolish slavery, even within Sierra Leone. This man a slave, he and this man they're small and they grow up. Now they make them begin to pull food for them all together because they nobody eat with the slaves. So when they begin to eat together, the slave begin and they pick the meat on top of the food. The other one in the dark hand. Then they go complain to the pa, and the pa laugh. Now they say, Papa, why you laugh? This is a serious thing. We're not able to eat with her. Now I say, he go get used to eating the tuna very soon. He say, now withdrawal of the slave mentality, in all and see this meat. So where it's here now, he cannot contain himself. It get for take a while. So the eating pattern where it gets, where they go and pick the beef, the mago for the beef, that the slave mentality. You see, we are not physically in chains anymore, but we're not able for relieve ourselves from.
We don't transform that into a psychological and sociological situation where they take expression in what we call politics.
Yes.
Our politicians think they are the slave masters and everybody has to be obeisant to them. This is what is making politics dangerous.
And also, that's what they saw. The colonial occupiers that were there before them behaved. You remember how
the colonial occupiers are still with us.
True.
And now the class of Sierra Leone is now the new colonialists.
They are now the colonial masters. That's exactly what I want to say. Because when Cardio starts this issue with all tax war, Paul Mami Suluku of Bumbang, by Bure Best Paddy, he offered for negotiate. Cardio say no, they have a conversation with them. He only has one choice but to comply. And he go on and do the outskirts policy. That is for born people and farm and their houses. For let it
so where is this democracy that we talk about? Have we ever had democracy in Sierra Leone?
We've never had democracy. We only have a semblance.
Do you think having more than one party is democracy?
No.
Democracy, as I always try to make people understand, because I live in a very democratic country. It's not a political concept. It's a social way of life. Wherein everybody lives for everybody, by everybody, with everybody.
Well, how I will put to anybody now a way for celebrate humanity.
Yes.
Because God creates we in His image, in His likeness.
Yes.
And He wants we for celebrate that within we self and around we.
By being together.
Yes.
And looking at each other as equals. But if you begin to compliment, say, I get blessing past you, who than are you? Then you are not democratic. If you begin to tell that man, because you know they talk the same language, say indifferent, then you are not democratic.
Well, he say every human being bears an image of God. In that way, all humanity belongs to Him, including ourselves. Because it is clear, we as a people, you know, we get for interact with one another. Can you just imagine right now what they go on where I find very, very, very annoying? Where people in the talk for say, Mr. Jallo talk for say, you know, like this system here. Then you go every one politician say, I'm not the answer, I'm not going to make it relevant. But it is your job to make Mr. Jallo, your constituents relevant, because that's exactly the job of a politician. Because
the man
you
talking
are there
about
for race.
irrelevance, is he relevant?
Yes. So you as a politician, your main job description are for raise this person equality of life, create environments of education for let the person be enlightened, give this person employment for let go able to work and pay taxes. All of these things, you are making the person relevant, and that is your job. But with the area all over the place, I know the answer, I know they make it relevant. If you are not going to make the man relevant, then
the man
quit politics.
He will not make the other man relevant, himself relevant. How do we measure relevance?
You realize?
Is it by how much cash you can throw around?
Exactly. Or you go to a petrol station.
Is it by your contribution to making the world a better place? Do people think building houses is what makes the world a better place?
Well,
do people think buying cars is what makes the world a better place?
Nope.
If you have everything and all the people around you have nothing, is the world a better place?
My friend, where you look at the way how...
I ask 10 questions here because I wonder we hit on the issues where keep with society in abeyance. A country with a population that is less than half the population of a city in West Africa called Lagos. A country with 13 minerals. A country with a young population that has an average age of below 35. That country is suffering abject poverty. That country has the youths going into a very destructive habit of taking drugs. What is the intellectual class doing in that country?
Well, this is the question. This is the question with all FBN. That thing we then call ignorance. Because people in our society get this misconception. When they talk about ignorance, then they talk about the illiterate one then. Ignorance is not about illiteracy. Ignorance is about you not being informed. And anybody, I don't care whether you are in the educated class or you are in the illiterate class, we all get areas of ignorance. Until we realize all of these.
I'll begin redefine certain words.
Definition.
Because we don't misuse a lot of words in Sierra Leone out of we abject ignorance.
Yeah.
I would blame that ignorance on the type of education that we have.
That's one.
The type of education we'll get. Now, one, now inductive education. What do I mean? When teacher give you note, you forgo cram all can write and back guide you.
And regurgitate
and not they allow you for use your brain, understand the concept, think critically around the concept, and come with your own views when a deductive education.
Yeah.
The second thing about the type of education is that it does not provide people with the skills that will make them self-reliant. They would have all the qualifications and titles, but they have to wait to be employed. And because X number of people have to wait to be employed, then you get just a few employment places. What's in the next thing? The most useless people in society are the ones who are educated. They become the sycophants. They do all the immoral and unethical things to survive.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have a society where everybody can produce and live by themselves, nobody has to go and do any moral thing to get employed.
But the perception itself, where people then feel to say that illiterate people are ignorant, people then with PhDs are not ignorant, it's a fallacy, because what we know,
no, it's wrong. It's wrong.
Yeah, you can be
ignorance is not about about learning. It's about your ability to understand your environment and
Exactly.
use it to your advantage.
Or areas
There are
that you are
people who have
informed
never gone
about.
to Western school who are not ignorant.
We all get areas of ignorance. Everybody gets
We all
areas.
accept it. But what they
Everybody gets
say,
ignorance.
that man within a village, we no say, at your own level, he get for grab in the morning, go na farm, go dig cassava or whatever, do what he get for do for survive. If they do am, they survive. You not get for wait for make somebody can get a job. That man is self-reliant.
Yeah.
He has a free mind. And the more your mind be free, the less ignorance you get. Because when you have a free mind, it gives you chance for request and inquest. But when your mind is clogged, tied to somebody or something, you don't have time to think.
You know, we get a disease now with society. Everybody wants to go into academia. But academia alone is not enough to build a country. To
We
an
don't even
extent,
need academia in Sierra Leone as it is.
to an extent, now, PhD for me is a physical health disorder. We have
Well, maybe.
we have
Or
a
maybe
lot
you
of
can say psychological health disorder.
disorder.
Maybe.
You know, it depends on how you want to put it. Because people and just feel to say, because you get some particular set of people and feel to say, you don't have to do anything where you sabi book. You just need to put necktie, you sit down on side, you sweat.
Biggest mistake.
You know? And you wear the world, you insignificant. You no matter. To an extent,
I'm
certain
a
roles
carpenter, no matter.
no matter. But
That farmer, no matter.
but you forget.
But these are the people who produce goods and services.
Well, that's why
You are
China
just a consumer. If you they produce service, now limited service you they produce. Now limited service. We
in
may
Asia,
be in order directly impact development. If you have to be a permanent secretary signing documents, you may not be impacting development because you may not be the one coming with the policy. You are just there to sign documents.
mm-hmm.
So what is your role in development? Signing documents? Do we need signatures to manufacture things?
In fact, we not even encourage people and forgo polytechniques, forgo land
Do
trade.
we have polytechnics? That's the first question.
Well, now then they go to build university everywhere because they say that is the way, and I don't believe that is the way.
Polytechnics? The question is, do we have polytechnics? Building schools, building universities does not make them a polytechnic. What makes them a polytechnic, or whatever you may choose to call them, is the kind of equipment that you find in those places.
In those places.
It's the
So
kind of
trade.
staffing, the quality of staffing that you find in those places. That is what makes education quality education, not the building. You can have your carpentry workshop under a mango tree. If that carpentry workshop can train carpenters to become professionals, it's better than the school building where there is no carpentry equipment.
Precisely. Something takes place.
You see, we have to begin face reality.
Yeah.
And the reality for begin with the intellectual class. There is no country on earth that will develop where the intellectual class does not take the onus to lead what is right, not to within they make you personally comfortable. Now, within they make society comfortable.
Then physical
where
health.
the intellectuals of Sierra Leone have failed.
Then physical health diseased people there we are they talk about PhDs. How many of them, when they qualify, don't do any research on anything?
They do research, but at the end of the day, are they applying them? There are several Sierra Leoneans who
No,
have
most
written
of
books.
them, the only research they do not in dissertation, my friend. After they do that research, they use the title na kukriba,
then they go into politics.
na bafa, go na politics, go around and call a doctor and demand you for calling doctor, even na kukriba fa. Because I don't meet some people.
You know what these guys don't know? I'll tell you one thing. You know what they don't know? There is far more money in research than in politics.
Well, they are not interested in research.
And they make quiet money when nobody know they put your eye.
Nobody don't even know, yeah. Yeah.
You can become a billionaire in research. Nobody know they know. Because once you do your job well, institutions then they invest in you.
I just want for call your attention for something where I observe. Now, England, yeah. When I go university, most of the lecturer them get PhD, they don't call them doctor, they call them by their first name. Now, one. And secondly, I make for understand the academic fraternity. Do you know most of them are socialists?
Yes, why not?
Now,
you know why? You know why? I can give you the reason. You know why? In a society where education is not inductive, where critical thinking is part of the society, the more somebody gets educated, the more they understand the nature of human beings, the more they become say, okay, this is for all of us. And when you begin to think this is for all of us, you are automatically becoming a socialist. But when you are brought up in a society where you believe your father was the paramount chief, you've gone to school and have a gown on your back, so you are one of the chosen few, quote and unquote, you don't see anything beyond that. You see yourself as the Lord who must be obeyed. So what do you expect from that society? That's what we have in Sierra Leone. I come from a home of paramount chiefs. I come from a home of politicians. That's one of our biggest setbacks. Let us begin to look at Sierra Leone as a place for all of us, irrespective of your status. Norway is a social democratic society. There are billionaires here. There are politicians here. But you meet them in the street, you say hello, they will stand and say hello to you. In Sierra Leone, Amawe feels say na im papa, then gets country. If you meet them at street, you say hello, they look you like you know nobody. This is our problem, the way we think, Imran. We get to change that. If we not change them, hey, what in worse past what you get, so now they come to we.
My brother, let we just digress 1 minute, but within context. Now, the Western Hemisphere, we didn't change here. In England, here, what did I so? In 1942, things were bad after the war. Healthcare was bad. Poverty was heavy. The government torment. They want
all over Europe, not only England, all over Europe.
You know what in the government did? It was a Labour government. And then they asked a social scientist, say, do you help we? For we research how we go fix this problem. That is what gave birth to waiting in Nunaya as the Behaviours reports.
Well,
that Behaviours report today. Now, in the man understand them, now they tell the politician and say, I don't find the 5 evils them what cause all the problems now with society. Now, them 5 evils then we need for tackle, for let we able to get solution, for resolve this problem what we get. So waiting the man do, the man give them the 5 evils them. And the 5 evils were idleness, ignorance, disease, squalor, and want. And my brother, when I read this thing here, Nasalong, I see exactly. That is what gave birth to the social welfare state. where the government supposed for support people from cradle to grave. And in doing so, you they make the people self-reliant and not dependent on anybody. They free their mind. Now, Sierra Leone, we did it. People that don't even work them pension and not they get that. Sierra Leone, we did it.
Another pension as alone.
Where would they talk so?
Me now, I work 20 years and not get pension. They run after me.
You see? It's what you would talk about. It's what you would talk about. You know? So when you look at all in there, Mr. Jallo, with all seriousness, right now, we get a man when I be Minister of Education. This SLPP government, from 2018 to 2023, that boy, when they call Schengen, he applied in a World Bank for $500,000. The reference number of the application are SLM BSSE P246 /841 CW RFB construction of newly boarding hostels, dormitories for less privileged students in Pujong. Go na Pujong, they no be land. The money don't loss. $250,000 World Bank money back. SLM SSE P275 353 CW. Constructions of newly 12 classroom blocks should have been built in Pujong again. The money, they don't swell around like fufu with okra soup.
Do you know why that is happening?
Another 500,000, and they come in, brother. This same Schengen Boboya. This same Schengen Boboya.
Yes, is the man who has done that now, but it has been done before.
The word way are they talk about Naya, what you talk about? The tribalism where they go on as Sierra Leone, it is a tactical one.
Yeah, because they want to keep the people in ignorance.
Down, exactly. So where would they fetch? Them busy the thief money. Them boy where they create this tribalism here. But let him the man in the man fetch. He go take money for your very many people. You know, build it in the way and get the money for bill for your many people. So the
but then they go die for her.
Yes, but the Timniman and Schengen, who that tribalistic against Mendeman? Now Schengen, because now Schengen used the name of the Mendeman for go check money up to 2.5 million for bill projects na Pujong, Kailaung, and Bont Island. They say tribalism don't take place in Salon. And not take the money for bill anything at the north. It take all for bill for human people. And so we talk about hegemony. What's in hegemony? Hegemony now where somebody they try to dominate other people. Where they try to be superior to other people. Well, their own superiority really not against the Timniman or the Limbaman. No. Now against everybody for me they make everybody poor. And even Naomi their brother them, because if you go take 2.something million, there is no evidence of anything has been done. Na Pujong, na Kailahu, na Bont, where it take the money, it scoff them. Where don't scoff the money now, then come out the come out say, then they're ready for go fed. Where you look them foot there, all the crack pan them is so strong that they can even crack banga with their foot there. Then you get some misguided northern people and where they talk for say we should fight. But the reality is now me and you, the Mene people and the Timni people and the Limba people, now they suffer. The consequences of that guy.
Let me ask one question. Now you don't come with a very important issue. Let me ask one question because Naimeka say ignorance and mistrust. Do we have more than one culture in Sierra Leone?
Yes.
Do we have more than one culture in Sierra Leone?
Yes, we do.
No, I don't believe so.
I will tell you.
We may have more than one language. But the culture in Sierra Leone, Guinea, and Liberia are the same.
They have little differences.
Variations day, yes.
The similarities.
But the culture is basically the same, like you would find in Scandinavia, Norway,
very similar,
Sweden,
very similar.
Finland, Denmark. You see variations, you see dialects, because when the Danish speak, I understand because I understand Norwegian. When the Swedish speak, I understand because I understand Norwegian. When the local man talk, the Mende man, they understand. When the Soso man talk, the Timni man, they understand. When the Shabro man talk, the Timni man and Soso man, they understand. Consider leaf. When they cook in Sierra Leone, now variations you get.
Yeah.
One side they put beans, then call anjola. The other hand they put maybe granite. The other hand they cook and show with palm wine.
Well,
but it's
bonde,
the same cassava.
The other one, Mendeman they put bonde, Simniman they put tola. Then
Yes.
when Mendeman no get tola, bonde, then they use cacao.
Yes, that young cacao.
Cacao, young cacao gets that sliminess like okra.
Yes.
But then the Timnis and Kinten for put it pamai earlier than the Mendele.
But
and
it's the same food.
Cassava leaf, it's a bit drier.
It's the same food.
But not the same thing, yes. I cannot agree with you.
The dress culture in Sierra Leone.
But there is variance.
Look at
in
the
how
dress culture. That Mende man in country clothes. That Limba man in Ronco. What's in the difference? Now the color.
Now the color and how it's it is waved.
That Kuranko in Ronco, now the same thing.
And they all get secret society.
The Timni man in gown way they wear. Now the same gown you get all the Muslims they wear. Now the man not even. You have poor society in Timni country. You have poor society in Mende country. You have it in Kono. We have the same culture, but we only have languages that are different, where they all come out from the same Fulani Malinke root.
The culture.
Timni man they say Ipo Soto Nambara. Soso man say Nambara Soto. Now the same thing, mean.
But I go agree with you.
They say
I go agree with you up to 90%.
Man say all Lamba. Now the same thing, mean.
I go agree with you up to 90% in that concept.
We don't have two cultures in the Mano River Union. It's one culture.
The 10% are the variation and the philosophy.
Just like here in Europe. In Europe, you have the French, you have the British, you have the Germans. Them have the same culture, but with variations.
Variations, yes.
Not so?
Like in the north, especially Timniman, they get some philosophies them way not in the south. Like in the north, they get Kaber.
Well, the social psychology, maybe what creates the traditions, but the cultures are the same.
Yeah. Okay. Every side where you go to Sierra Leone, then get arrangements for stranger, for give priority to stranger. In fact, some houses then didn't get room at the veranda, way always ready in case stranger come.
And that you find all over Sierra Leone.
Yeah. And where I be they grow up, I be they notice almost every mother, because telephones not be there, telegram not be there. So you know they get prior knowledge if somebody they come, because they know they tell you they can just boss. So what thing they happen when they cook, every time when they cook, then they put a dish
in case stranger come.
In case stranger come. And at that rest, the way stranger not come, now we only hang for in the evening.
Now morning.
Well, sometimes in the evening before we go sleep.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
If we get extra, then go use it in the morning. But you know say that, but that morning aspect, now the south, because now the north, they're not the eat correct. Pass now waiting don't tranga. Because now that's how they say that it's variation. Now the
In
North,
the north,
man in particular now.
then they cook early morning.
Yes. The man in particular, not they sleep rest. In those days, now wala, they call it is derogatory.
Now then they eat them.
But now it's not tranga.
First thing they be say that Creole man eat colores.
In those days, they used to make serious mockery of the Creole man. Because the man now wala no they eat rest, we don't sleep. Never. However, Ipo.
But the fact is, when we look at the sociology of Sierra Leone, Guinea, and Liberia, we see the same people speaking different languages. But what is the reason will make we divide? Is it the white man or is it us?
It is a combination of the white man and we post leadership after colonization. The post-colonial leader them, then instead of they can distance themselves from the white man bad practices, they use that same things there for keep themselves the same place where the white man be there. Then they try to
clear. With me say now we're not the slave masters.
Yes. No, that's the case. I like the way you put them. They are now the new slave masters. They are now the new colonial masters. Because
we have always been the slave masters. We have always been the slave masters.
Precisely.
And this slave master mentality, now they export into politics. The minute somebody becomes president, he becomes the power, as if to say God is stupid to give all the knowledge to one person.
To one person, yep. Now the power don't come.
Because that is slave mentality. He's the boss. You have to listen to him.
And let's look at perception here. Thanks for saying this. I can laugh over this, but it just come to mind. Then he said when they cut Barry, the chief blowing. Then they look for the poorest man or dog. The peasants were there among dog or Pekin. If Pekin there, then they keep the Pekin. If not dog, then they say, ah, the dog. Then kick the dog. They say that the dog blowing. All man say that the chief fat. If dog not there, Pekin there, then the Pekin and the kick out.
Yes.
If Pekin not there, then the peasants, the one will look ragged. They say, oh,
and you know what that does to the child or the peasant? Yeah. It dehumanizes them and make it lost self-confidence.
Well, that's why we get serious self-esteem problem now with society.
And because we lack self-esteem, some of these people, when you give them public offices, they do badly. Because it is see and say, this thing too big for me. Or it is see and say, okay, until now not being respect me, I go make una respect me now. You know, we get a lot of things wrong about with sociology. I always tell people, it is not our politics that is wrong. It's the way we think. And the way we think can only be changed by the intellectual class. First, they need to do research and understand what needs to be changed, what needs to be amended.
I can connect this to a Timney adage, where show a clear psychological connection to what you talk so. There is an adage where say when you that means if somebody look low upon you, you get to make the person
respect you.
Respect you. That means you get to do some adverse things them.
And in the process, it creates trouble.
Yes. You either thief plenty for let you look rich, for make the person say, this man I don't get so. That if you get to the situation of power, you abuse the power.
You put person in a public office, you want to say in life don't different, a pill for the money for can show off. 50% of the people who they shout about say they're corrupt. Believe me, they don't have those monies. It's money they spend every day to satisfy their ego.
Yeah. It come na a place where they get queue. It cuts the queue. Somebody say, hey, you just come. You know who I am? You know me?
Let me give you one story. This story is rare. Sometime around 88, 89, I come out teach me Taiwan. I work from King Tom, take a Eastern Police, and he watch school gate. Enter and then I transport begin hard forget. One taxi can break, we all left for go inside. This big man don't go inside with him big belly, and I say, push last, you know. Hey, you know that, I mean? I say, you know, shit and caca, push for me. Bloody fool. He never said a word. We go to up gun. I say, at the candle now. Wait, candle. I say, my friend. He say, shake me, and I shake you. And he say, you know, man. We became friends later.
Yeah. You see?
You know, with society is structured in a way where if we not challenge some of the way where people learn to think, nothing will change in that society.
Well, now Salon bus station depot. One Creopa go wee wee. It didn't have the queue. It go wee wee. So it beg people and say, "Miss Stone there, una watch out for me. Na here I like go wee wee quick." It go wee wee. It come. It means one big man don't can't map na a place. So when he come, they say, "Hey, what's in happen now?" Then it's time for say, "It just can't get map now." 90 Creopa say, "Mister, I not say you go say if I know you who you are." He say, "I don't know who you are, but I not say you did at the back. Go at the back no." You know. You see,
so this way they take a make laugh.
you know,
But
funny.
these are the things that are leading us to where we are. And this slave mentality where we keep people them in, the ignorance of I don't want to use the word sycophancy. It's not sycophancy. The ignorance of, I may say, traditional attachment. This
Well,
now
also now
we
it means to an
forcing.
end because some man self want to feed the family and he desperately poor, and he no like the situation, but he wants to survive. So he make himself a step the master.
No, because we come back to the question.
Yeah.
The intellectuals have not created a system that will allow people self-reliance. If the intellectuals are sat down and say, okay, let
how
me
they go
fast
create?
track technical education. Let me teach people them carpentry, auto mechanics, and such things in their own mommy language. Where they go get the skills. We not need for use
How
English
they go
for
do
teach them
when they not
skills.
go work outside and qualify for day? Then just go do the PhD.
It's not,
And
Imran,
they come,
Imran,
and they come. This is
I don't
important.
want you
Something
to
where I
use
want
the
to bring
word
at the
about qualification. It's not about qualification. If it's about qualification, I would not be thinking that way. It's
I want to
about
bring
your ability to see beyond what you believe you know.
Let I give you a scenario here. We get quite a lot of people, they get paper. They qualify, say they qualify for do certain things. But the role when they can't get, they're not qualified for doing. Because of reasons.
Don't go there.
Well, they will go there. Like for instance, let's just none of us say I pick on this boy Shenge. Shenge get PhD in prosthesis. What is that prosthesis? Now for make false food. If I be the work Namasanga. Namasanga is supposed for the work. For make system for them people that get leprosy and people that wear polio and then that's where he's meant to be at his best. And
but again, I want to give you a scenario. He may have that qualification. If he has the wish to learn and be a better person, with all this technology around, where you go sit down before your computer, you read anything and improve on yourself, you don't need a qualification anymore. You only need to have time to read and improve yourself. Knowledge is not about the title. It's about the understanding of the concept and your ability to use the concept. You already have a PhD.
Mm-hmm.
You can make yourself into anybody. But why are they not doing it? It's because of the ego. I don't know what I get for no what I care.
I do not see any reason for make a commot go university for go do prosthesis, go up to that level there, accommodate a cam, and they can do administrative for what not trained for do, and I'm not even sabi do am.
You can learn it if you want to.
Yeah, you can learn it if you go start at the bottom and come up. But in your own case,
Maybe, yes, maybe, but now
How?
with technology, you can learn anything online.
There is no way you learn something theoretically, but you get for do practice. And this is what they do very well in Scandinavia and in here and in Germany. Where they qualify in many things, you get two areas of practice, academic and practice. Sierra Leone, we are very bad on the area of practice.
But
So
even
if
the
you go
academic, we don't
study
have
administration,
it.
na computer, you still get to do your apprenticeship. He has not done that.
Even the academic, we don't have it because people don't have enough learning materials. They don't have access to
This
it.
is what I'm saying.
How efficient is the internet in Sierra Leone for people to learn online?
Yeah, but even when you learn that, you learn the theory, you get to do the practice. He has not done the practice. You get people and we don't work as administrator for 10, 15, 20, 30 years. You can come out, you've not practiced once, just because you read the concept, you understand the concept, you can't answer. How do you know how it works?
You have to listen to those under you. You see, another thing is, we come back to the same slave master mentality what they talk about. Being the boss does not make you the most clever and most efficient.
Nah.
I'll tell you one thing about Scandinavia I learned the first year I came to this place, which was 2003. I learned two things. The level of trust in the society. Then I learned, say, the boss, now in the work pass all.
Mm-hmm.
The level of trust in the society, the very first day when I start for work now the municipal office, then give me one key, then say this key, they open the office, you open the main door, you open every door in this building. So it tell me, say, then people are trust each other.
Mm-hmm.
The boss of every department, now in first they can work, now in last they go now house. If not any job when a practical job like carpentry, then in there, when you go now the workshop, now the boss they meet the work pass all.
Where I can at this country, one of my first job they were getting for work na McDonald's. When I go to McDonald's, the manager, if you meet where they flip burger, if you meet where they clean ground, then you go wonder, say, this concept of being a manager, is this the same over here? And I went through that difficulty.
And
because
when the boss doesn't know, he says, I don't know. He asks, let them show him.
That's the thing.
It's the slave mentality. Now, me the boss, you know, on the man. What you sabi? The man no pass you. You see, we problem all the inside we head, the way we think. And we intellectual class is redundant because when they get educated, they don't change the way they think. They reinforce the way they think by creating a cyst of ego around themselves.
My brother, we get malaria from Obono, they get malaria, we get doctor in Asalo. The doctor fraternity, they're not able to sit down and try for collaborate with we local herbalists them for try for create a treatment for deal with that issue. Cuba has done that.
You know
Cuba
even need a treatment. You only need for know which plant they repel them. They make them popular.
Exactly. You know, Cuba has done that. Do you realize? I'm shocked to find this out. Tropical medicine. Cuba is #1 in the world.
Yes.
Then they pull doctor and I send them for go train in Cuba.
Next is China. When it comes to herbs and tropical medicine, It's Cuba. Next is China.
So we own educated class in Sierra Leone, now a container with full of rubbish.
I would rather we call it a miseducated class.
Yeah, they are just a container.
Honestly.
What's in there the container? They get masters. But what's in there inside not reflect masters. It empty. Because we medical doctor and then just sit down and they give people them aspirin codeine. Well, you can the same thing, aspirin codeine. They have never tried to research and learn how to develop tropical treatments within the environment.
Minus that. There are certain environment-related diseases where popular in Salona, like typhoid fever. Of this medical personnel giving any advice as to how to contain this thing? You know what they call typhoid?
And excrement in the water.
Na polluted water.
Na pupu in the water. Shit. So not get see what
have they ever discussed this issue?
Well, this year begin because what will they grow up? Typhoid will not be exist. You know the early typhoid.
I never heard about typhoid until recently.
By the time we Kabani come, typhoid don't they? You know, Kabano do nothing but that. EBK come.
I want to pull on from the politicians. You know to make I want to pull on from the politicians. The country gets the leader they deserve. And the leadership of every country reflects the ability of the intellectual class to reason or not reason.
You know, simple to say.
Left for the point finger at individuals. Let's look at the society.
You know, simple
leadership in a society is about a group of people with the intellectual capacity to say, this is right for us, let us do it for all of us. This is not right for us, let us don't do it.
You know what Pluto say for solve that problem there? At the contrary, they happen at Salo. If you talk to quite a lot of good men, and we have a lot of good men and women in Sierra Leone, say, hey, you know, go run. I don't want politics. I need to put on politics. In a society where all the good men and good women decide, say, they're going to take part by the most responsible position of the country because you are in charge. Now you only are just spoon. One thing where only I will just spoon, you get forget fairness. You get for straight. You get for shape fairly. You get for be a decent person. And that person there, every profession in that country, they depend on this man here. So you have to be a clever person. But where all the clever people they refuse to be a leader, then when I go get full man sit on the way they make the bad decision now, all the suffer. This is what is happening in Africa. We get all the intellectual,
I would look at the other side. I would look at the other side of that scenario.
So how can we solve this?
I will look at the other side of that scenario. If we are talking about democracy, then maybe some of us don't need to go into politics. Maybe we only need to be outside advising what should be done. But do we have that mentality? In Norway, I can advise the prime minister. The prime minister listens to me. I can call the prime minister because the telephone number and the email, they're all over the place. Say this issue, I believe say if we do so, now so. They will listen to you. But in Africa, the politicians are the cousins of God.
Have you, well, as
so
you go,
they don't listen to anybody.
It's not just the politician. It is a disease we have in the Black community. Have you ever been to a Black community meeting? When only agree on nothing, all things end up on palaver.
Everybody feels we're not democratic. We don't get democracy and we make
we don't ever get consensus. And we all people be able to do that. When you go, this one talk container inside be passed. Then they say that it's be passed. So,
Because him feels say now he speaks a broken version of the English. He feels say because he can afford for buy Jonk's coat, he can afford for buy second-hand motor car and drive. So nobody should tell him anything.
when I went to nursing college, you know, one of the very first things they teach me? Or know your limitations.
Yes, exactly. No,
everybody get limitations.
Your limits,
Everybody
your upper and your
dis-
lower limits.
Everybody get disability and limitations.
Everybody.
We all get areas where we cannot perform. And where you cannot perform, like me, mathematics are disabled.
I know one thing about myself. You know, Tina, I'm one of my disability.
Tell me, make I know you secret.
Hmm? You know, Tina, my disability. I not get patience with stupid people.
Yeah.
So that automatically disqualifies me from being a politician.
You see? Well,
Play
these
nice
are the
to
things.
stupid people. I tell
We
you in your
have,
face, you are stupid. Get
we
up.
have a lot of people where he not say he not qualified for be politician. He not say he not get the aptitude, he not get the character, he not get the moral, he not get the, you know, the inclination, nothing for do with politics. If you put water and oil, it's not a mix. So him and politics not get nothing in common, but he still want
Yes,
it.
but if there are politicians who listen to people, I can sit down and write a whole 50 or 100-page document again and say, read, take the sense out of the nonsense so I don't write.
Well, because them politicians, then you know what they are? They're not a career politician there. They're one and they
They're hustlers.
Now, how you call them?
Say it straight, they are hustlers. We don't have politicians in Africa. We don't have
You know,
politicians in Sierra Leone. We have hustlers.
you get
You may have one or two who are career politicians, because any career politician, one of the things where they look at, after me, what will be the legacy? They care about what in the left will make sense, because each of us passing here on earth, we get to do something where they live after we. You understand? But if you have people going into politics just because they want to go and make more money to build more houses, buy more cars, they are not politicians, they're hustlers. And then people and they all we country to ransom so.
Yeah. Because when you get somebody where person where elect what they do, is see them as a calling. Because really and truly, medicine, not so a profession, not calling. For be reverend, not calling. You get to do way beyond.
For be a teacher, not calling.
Not calling. For be a politician, it's a calling. Well, then you go into it for status.
Because for make you be an efficient politician, you forget the attitude and the aptitude for serve.
Yes.
Not to for
servitude.
bully.
Servitude. They want the regalias we come with the job. They want the money. They want the allowances, but they don't want the sacrifice.
But they don't want to serve.
And for be a teacher, for be a doctor, servitude, sacrifice. Yeah. It is not about the money. Now I make you find out for saying a teacher, they make doctor, they make lawyer, but they not pay them well.
The teacher, they create everybody. Everybody has to be taught by somebody. Everybody, for you to be somebody, you have to be taught by somebody. So the teacher are the most important person in society, but not the worst person in society, because the human being not learn for controlling ego yet. Everything is about the material. We not even understand, say, in your passage here on earth, the only thing that you are buried with is your conscience. The knowledge that you've gained in this world is buried with your spirit. The material things are not buried with your spirit. They are left here. You see, it brings we
Do
to
you
another
realize?
point.
Do you realize, say, now
Mm.
places like Norway and this country, most of the politicians then come from certain areas, then we get them background there, where now servitude, sacrifice, and humanity. You know, say most of them are doctor, lawyer, teachers, reverends. You know that, eh?
Mister,
They're not
Mister,
already there in the community, they serve now the
let
community.
me tell you one thing now. Who's are they talk to you from? Now, the municipality where they produce the most politicians in this country.
Oh,
But they don't take it that now we get all the politicians. They go and serve the country.
it's about
Okay?
service. Mm-hmm.
And when you meet them on street, because then King Khan weekend, then they come all slow can weekend. When you meet them on street, you say hi, then they say hi, then team up and talk to you. If na 1, 2, or 3 minutes, una talk, una what a shake and all man go away. They know I am here to serve my people. You dey meet
Because
her na supermarket, it ain't a line.
I
First
feel,
and say, okay, but go now, you know the voting go no more. You understand? They make her laugh.
you know why?
You hardly see a politician in this country with a gunman behind him or a bodyguard.
You know why? Because to them,
Because
politics
of
is a
trust.
vocation. It's a,
Because of
it's a
trust.
vocation. It's a vocation. It's a
No,
vocation.
no left the vocation. You know why that happen here?
Mhm.
Everybody trust everybody.
Well, let me tell you something.
Mhm.
With society, even at the homes them where they grow, some mama, I them meet home them, where picking come out school, he call her, go inside a room, under bed. I'm under your rest day. We people to let them not
It's
know.
in the home. The mistrust. Brother and
And
sister, they fight each other for property.
yes. And when you Canadian society, yeah, the very first thing where you join the community, you get for join and prove yourself, say you are trustworthy. That's how you get your credit. If you not get your credit, you cannot function. It's based on trust,
No.
everything.
Nobody cares about you. If they don't trust you, nobody cares about you. And you know what happens to you? You lack access to social protection and such things.
Yes. And we own country now, credit's not there because we not trust anybody. Nobody know they pay company. When they pay,
It's
in fact,
the
people
one
are the
that they will
popular.
trust themselves. Then are then cabal and then clicks.
You know, well, we get people in Sierra Leone where almost be saying no, they pay debt. You know, in fact, they say they worship. If you come, he talk to you, they get the money, and you know they pay, you don't get mine. For Kankaska, you get them then class day. But how can you run an economy where you don't get a credit system?
Because we don't have trust as part of our culture.
Exactly.
Trust is the only currency in existence. Cash is a medium of exchange. The cash that you use, that banknote, it's
It's
always
paper.
written there, I promise to pay. It's a medium of exchange. The
Promise to
cash
pay in
itself is
demand.
trust.
It's
If
a
you don't have
temper.
trust, you don't have access to money.
You don't have access to it. And when you get the access, you don't have to have money. You have a card. You
No,
show the
no.
you show the card,
If
the
you
charger
if you
inside the
have
card.
trust,
They know you will pay.
if you have trust in your society, you have trust in your place of work, you can go to any bank tomorrow and ask for $1 million.
Yeah.
They'll give it to you. They don't even
But
want to know how much
I
you
want to
have
ask
in
you
your
a
bank
question.
account.
What thing go wrong where we lost all? Because even Sierra Leone, we get that. You remember UAC? UAC be the trust people in cars. Then they pay.
Yeah.
We even get a system in Sierra
You
Leone.
been get bent what finance now Oxy building.
You be
Maybe
get
they
people
guarantee people for cars, furniture, and such things.
through your employment. Then they cut on a workplace, then get reciprocal
Yes.
arrangements with the workplace.
Yes.
Because me daddy card and way if they get now through that,
Yeah.
then they pull on a salary small. They feel
Yeah.
them, you know.
Yeah.
But it's all gone. What thing go wrong?
Because we brought people who don't understand trust into our governance administration. They may have all the PhDs, but they don't have the social infrastructure to be there. That's what went wrong in Sierra Leone.
Because
Western
I remember
education,
when we were
Arabic
little,
education, not to make the person, now the social infrastructure.
you remember what we did grow up?
Mm.
We did when a civil servant, then they buy for with regal through little wood catalog. You didn't answer and you the order something from England.
This other land field, you the order.
Yes, you the
And
order.
when you order, they pay one time more, now half they pay.
Small. The post office, you go pay.
Yeah. Every month they go pay in a post office. All
What
that
went
has
wrong?
gone away. Why? Because
We
we
in
lack
Africa.
trust.
We were trusted in the British system for trust inside Britain. And people were paying.
Yes. This is not
People
about politics, about APC or SLPP. Nothing wrong with we.
Mm-hmm.
We got independence at a time where the greater percentage of the population not get the social and psychological infrastructure for manage the country. And you know one thing where money and power they do to people? And how they change you, they show you real character.
Yeah. Your personality.
If you lack the social infrastructure for manage money, then give $1 billion today, they misuse them. If you get the social infrastructure for manage money, then give $1,000 today. By the end of the year, they talk about thousands of dollars.
You be ever read Dr. Fonai resignation speech? A resignation letter a resignation letter to Albert to Shaka Stevens.
Yes.
One thing we catch the eye. I was shocked to find out for say in 1966 the country nearly went to bankruptcy. At that early stage of independence, 1966. Sierra Leone nearly.
We got independence in 61.
Yes.
By 1966,
we
were almost bankrupt.
Yes. Nearly bankrupt.
So how come?
Well, to start with, the monetary policies then be wrong because they rush for change the money from pounds to leones.
Was it the change of the currency from West African
pounds?
They call that money there.
The West African pounds.
You been get the West African currency, we been get pound, shilling, and pence.
Yes.
That shilling we get that stab of David with hole. Then we change them to Leon. And of course, all the other countries in Anglophone West Africa did almost the same time. I think at the change of currency, because even after the change of currency, the Bank of Sierra Leone that was established had some surrender exchange value with the Bank of England. There was some money in the Bank of England that was a kind of surrender reserve for us. When against them, then they value the leone. What I feel saying now with problem has always been that when people are in power, they don't look at how to create more revenue. They look at how to consume what is available. You understand? This has been the crisis we have had from before independence up to now, because if we talk about public management in Sierra Leone, Public management actually started in 1950 when we had the first elected government with
Yeah,
Parmentin as chief minister.
1954. It was 1954.
54.
Yeah.
Okay. From that time up to now, we have not learned how to generate enough revenue to run the country.
You are very correct there, because when we change the Leones, we not be even don't value add and we things them. I doubt if at that time we don't even get a diamond cutter in Sierra Leone when a Sierra Leonean. Then change the money. When they change the money automatically overnight it go into half. So waiting at be £1, naturally straight away.
Yeah, accepted, because if you look at a place like Norway, £10 in Norway, £10 in UK, I mean, is 100 crowns in Norway. But that's notwithstanding, Norway has a public revenue, what they call the sovereign fund, where they're going to $1.45 trillion. In Sierra Leone, we have always had a situation where the public finance has more expenses than revenue.
Yeah. We expenditure always pass we income.
Yes.
Always.
Because we not ever sit down for look at how we go bring more money into public finance. We not look at that because we mentality, not they allow we for think of how to generate money.
Guess what?
Now me then I go spend this money I like, all other one for work for me. I'll give out to them as I wish.
England
The
and
slave
America,
master mentality now don't come back to.
All other countries in the world, then they trust money for create business, for making them go multiply that money day and create wealth for the population, create employment for the people. What you would do not salon, would they trust money for campus salary?
Or will they trust money for can engage pan projects them where they satisfy with ego? We don't take money to put into agriculture, to put into education, to put into power supply, because those things can generate wealth.
We for take money for invest. We don't take money for invest. We take
money for can build bridge. We make big ceremony.
And we
then after the ceremony, we're not able to maintain the bridge.
And we make contracts like the airports where they make for let somebody thief money. We even don't know what we need.
Well, do we actually need a new airport?
We don't need we don't need the extension. We didn't need it.
No,
and even with APC, we not be needed.
New airport when we have less than 7 aircraft landing in Sierra Leone.
Yeah. Even with APC, the own arrangements, my mama will not be needed new airport.
We don't.
We don't. We not even get a hub. Airport is not our priority. Our priority is drinking water. We don't have drinking water.
Senegal may need a new airport because Senegal is the hub for West Africa now.
And then get
over 50 aircraft they land in Senegal.
And then get their own aircraft them. They get their own pilots them.
Yes.
You know, we not get. In fact, Sierra Leone, we always they feel the water quality. They know they feel aeroplane water, you know, that's Sierra Leone. They not even get one person for maintenance the aeroplane in Sierra Leone.
No one let we go into that water issue. Nothing do. It's a whole program that we are going to discuss. The solutions are there, but as I say, we intellectual class redundant. We have an engineers guild in Sierra Leone. Have these guys ever come with some plan?
Do they?
To structurally change Sierra Leone?
Do they? What you just said there, do they have a guild?
Have they ever come with a plan? Are they a pressure group enough
to create wealth? Do they have a guild in Sierra Leone?
They do. Then call our professional engineers association or whatever.
This is the first I'm hearing about it.
We have one.
The
But
only
have
thing
they
where they
come up
take
with a
pride of
plan
Sierra Leone,
to transform that country structurally?
Hunting, Oje, the Masonic Society, Lodge. Those are the things they take pride in. You know, it's about status. Everything has is about status. You see, the thing is, I said to somebody, I go wonder how Salomon go see Mr. Jallo be minister. He ride bicycle for go walk like a Boris Johnson. They waiting there. They go say na like him, man.
Well,
They go say na like him, man.
or you see and they walk by foot for go.
Or you come
Like
on
how
England,
the Speaker of Parliament they do na England.
if you come out now, you go Sierra Leone because somebody where Asabi say in a go holiday, a bike car ship him. The car go before him. Now I say, what do you the bike? Well, a nice one like a young car. Is that now I say almost take you go to Sierra Leone for a year. They say maybe once, twice. I say then you get more to carry wait for you. I say now waste of money, waste of resources. I say the motocar team up there, it a well. And if you get somebody where they use an end, enjoy the motocar pass you.
Yeah.
I say, what you wrong for let you take keke? You know, see the man tell me, you didn't come on here, go and I use keke. No. He go put me status down. Now I say, I mean, a keke they use.
Does he have a status in England?
Okay. Okay. You know, so if you come out here, you go Sierra Leone, you walk by foot, you ride bicycle, then go say, you know, lucky guy, you're not serious because
But the last
that
time
is
I
not
go
the
there,
norm.
I use Okada.
Where you see? Because now, you know, let me tell people them, not, you know,
The last time I go
some
there, I
man,
use Okada.
some
And
man
not
wake
to
up
one
now
time,
the
not to two times,
diaspora.
several times.
The man wake, some man and wake up the diaspora, the only thing we change pan in the address. And the only thing we change. Because no learning process not take place pan them. None. Or you go talk for say the aeroplane still they fly around with them around, you know, land it. Because I do not know.
Imran, we talk and go, we talk and come. The intellectual class, therefore, sit up and straighten up. You know why? They are the ones in the administrative offices, whether public or private. They are the ones in the institutions. They are the ones in politics. They know each other. Me, if I be head of state today, no make me different from Imran Toure. As a matter of fact, if me and Imran Toure meet up, the first thing I go ask and say, Bopadi, this is what the power is here. Give me your honest opinion.
Okay.
Tell me what you want for tell me. Because you are helping me that way.
Because
but
when
you
want
me
another
be
eye.
yonder, Imran they come bow down to me, they praise me, then I will begin to suspect you. This is what we are not doing in Sierra Leone. The politicians, then they encourage people for play sycophants to them because them feel say that is what makes them great.
You know, see, I understand.
Then the people then, they're not get the audacity for meet the politician, even in private. Your friend, go to him in the house. Go with him into the home and tell him, my friend, this thing, yes, I believe so for begin do so not to so for do. If he they hate you for that, they hate you.
I have learned one thing about this society where so interesting. You don't even notice somewhere they happen around you. Do you know in England, everything get association? You get retired lawyer association.
In Norway, it's the same thing.
You get widows association. You get widowers association. You get broken fathers association. You get single mothers association.
And
you
they
get
all have their role in society. Then there's a level of pressure where then they put on the system.
Now then they go, then create a think tank, how for resolve issues for them, now that group.
Yes.
and then get person where then they pay, where they represent them.
Yes.
Push for the
They
widows.
husband and say, go represent we.
Yes.
Some of them, they even get people where then they influence them go into politics.
Exactly. Then
another person going to politics, if you listen they talk now the parliament, he's always going to talk about that association. Because he knows he's there to serve their interest.
Mm-hmm.
But
you even get
association, the next thing now for making politics.
Yeah.
When they don't make politics, if they give them small money, one person kapuam. Then they go around and tell people, say, God don't help me. That God that help people to destroy each other. I think it's time we begin to retire that God itself.
We never dismantle and God then.
We for retire. Let go sleep.
The
God really create equality for all. Now begin look to him. Because this mistrust and ignorance now we problem.
Everything will happen at this society. Then they do inquiry. Yes. They want to know what went wrong. So they will put them right and prevent them.
They don't do it to blame people. They do it to see what went wrong.
What went wrong? And how they go prevent them from happening again.
We're not human beings. We're not perfect. We can make mistakes. But we are something happy. Hey, and then they do this as if to say imperfect. Well, all that they institute mistrust now in society. If you buy
motorcar in this country, from time to time, one motorcar gets accidents, where vehicle examiner go check, they see fault spanner.
Then
if na Mercedes-Benz 200, then they recall all man for go check you.
Yes.
All man in you. Everybody in you. You know they pay penny. Then they send letter to you. Now then they send letter to you. Say, Mr. Ture, we get for understand say so happen pan one this motokaya. We don't know what's in
check you.
We need for check you. You can carry and go na any garage with this letter.
Yeah.
You can go na Benz garage, they go look them, then check them. If not something for correct, then correct them. Then they authenticate, say you have gone through the process. You know, this is why they have trust. This is why the people are relaxed, thinking they don't sleep.
And they accept one fact, say they're not perfect. They're liable for make mistakes.
Yeah.
We not accept that.
No.
Especially if we're in a position of trust. He would either blame somebody or create a false defense.
You know, say nowadays, people are not really die for nothing. Anybody will die, it gets some thing for do with attack. Now, now fetch them fetter. You know, they must strive for point finger upon somebody. You know?
You know them fetter.
It's really crazy.
You know them fetter. The society is dysfunctional, so the society better.
But I don't think you know. I remember when we small, even they love Creole man, they say them big man, they want to Creole. They say Creole man, the only thing they kill him, I feel bad. I feel bad. I feel bad. You know?
We they take some idea, we laugh with them.
We laugh, but it's not funny.
But it's something that the present generation get for watch. Let them not go down the same lane.
Not to take responsibility for nothing. You get kidney failure.
We own generation don't fail.
We get for accept that. Keep so the man a kidney failure you get to.
You understand?
Yeah.
We generation don't fail. Do we want this failure to continue? If we don't want it to continue, can we educate the younger generation? Let them know what they need for know about their country.
How we will do this? This
is what we are doing. This is what we are doing right now.
I agree somebody then kill a papa and this school business here. We didn't say na cool. he pikin grow up in Sierra Leone, he teeth full up in a mouth like strong corn. They ask her and say, what happened to your papa? He said, they shoot the nigger. I saw the nigger lying on the floor. Now, what happened in Sierra Leone? I didn't know what Papa say, Papa, na nigger, I see nigger on the ground. I saw my nigger on the ground.
Well, that's another
Man, you go
side
to
of
Sierra
our
Leone right
problem.
now. The woman when they sell, the woman when they sell in the market, you get tattoo. The woman when they sell in the market, you get tattoo.
That's another side of our problem. After the war, we don't lost cultural balance. That's a whole topic we shall discuss.
We names they all don't disappear. Now when I'm born Pekin, if you name Aisatu, me name Imran, and call her Iceran. Find name like Mayeni. Untuma, Ruko, all those names have gone.
Yeah.
Mamadi.
Because
Mayeni,
we don't lost identity.
All those names, beautiful names. I mean, talk to somebody the
lost
other day.
Our identity, Imran.
You know, Limbaman gets Ferre, gets Yigiba, gets Yereme. These are lovely names. Where are those names? None of us are proud of those names. One of the reasons we make Alec Esai Kroma. Do you know Esai Kroma are the only native man we use his Sori name as first name? All other Sori they was Sabina Ibrahim Sori. Now the only man we say Sori Ibrahim Kroma.
Yes.
He's the only one proud of the Sori name. Only.
And Sori is a typical Baga name. It's a Baga name, Sori.
Yes.
Soriba.
Nobody knows what time again. No, who they call Sori?
The Soso man says Soriba.
What you call you picking now, self, you call him Santigi. Where's the can free to say this Santos? As I be one girl, I was saying, name Adama. What I said in England, I say Adama. He said, no, I name I don't change my name Amanda now. Amanda.
Well,
so you see the slavery mentality.
We'll get to them. Boku.
You see the slavery mentality where they talk about. You see the slavery mentality where they talk about. You know, we are cuffed in our head. We are not free. We pretend that we're free.
No, we're not free. Look,
people are waiting at England.
Because we're not free.
People are waiting at England. They talk about say, why Quetta go Sierra Leone? Enough for don't go there. That is his country. He has every right to go there.
Who?
Quetta. He goes Sierra Leone. People.
No, I don't want to discuss that fellow, please.
You know, no, not what the fellow are they waiting at the
I know what in care and go Sierra Leone. I know what in care and go Salon. Let us not discuss them. It's a very critical issue, but that will come to light. I don't want to discuss him.
No, I'm not discussing
him. You know why I don't want to discuss him?
What I just want to clarify something.
In this life, have a standard. Don't play double standards.
True.
Okay? If anything go wrong in our country today, he is one of the people I am going to hold very much responsible. The circumstances we can go salon, some of we know. We wait for see what in the gone. The truth will be exposed. There are tape recordings.
Oh boy. Well, I am not previewed of that, but I just want to make a clarification here before we put them aside. I only brought it on because people they way enough for God there. Why for God there? Why enough for God there? For me, that is the only thing I want to talk about. Like for instance, why shouldn't I go to Sierra Leone? It's my country. I have every right to go there. And even the constitution.
I want to go to Sierra Leone, I'll go there.
Exactly. But if you try to tell people
kill me where you see me.
Go kill you.
Listen.
Why should you be killed?
If I go salon for go visit, if person wants like kill me, now in business. You're only disturbing yourself.
I'm not gonna quarrel with anybody.
If you kill me, you just disturb yourself because I not get anything what I get for go do it wrong with you.
I mean, that is just the issue.
You late. And at the age of the day, I don't make peace with death. I know say I can die any moment. So if you kill me, you are wasting your time. But for somebody, for go and go involved in anything where they cause trouble, I don't care which side it is, whether it is now the side where they say create school or they use them for create a false school, the fact that he's involved, he has lost whatever integrity I have for him.
My dear
That
friend,
will come to light when the right time comes.
with all seriousness, I can tell people and say, life is so simple if we want to for it be simple. It could be complex if we want to for it be complex.
The Frenchman say la vie n'est pas difficile. C'est
Because
l'homme qui
life,
complique la vie.
Life is about
Life is
right.
simple. The way people, they complicate things.
Life is simple about right and wrong. If you get that principle there, if something is wrong, it's wrong. If it's right, it's right. And when it's right, I not care who that right. Once it is on the right, I let me enemy, I will stand with you. If you are wrong, I don't care who is there, it is wrong. And I don't care if it is my father or my brother that is on that side.
Wrong.
It's wrong.
It's wrong.
And that these values, now we're not able to hold Sierra Leone.
How they play double standard for please any idiot?
You know, because this person, in own person, is wrong, but he pretend say, he not they see, or he go busy, they make justifications for the person, the actions, instead of saying, waiting the thing really be. But it's just simple. So man go talk for say, hey, no, this man a thief man. No, that ain't not thief better. Now just 6 point thief. I don't care. You thief 6 pounds, you thief 6 million, that's still theft. You stole.
I'll give you a piece of advice, Imran.
Yeah.
In a society like Sierra Leone, where the slave master and slave mentality prevails, public opinion does not matter.
No matter. I agree with
what
you
entirely. Matter now, waiting ethically right now matter. Always strive for them on the side of ethics. Whatever people say about me, it's right. But what I do and how I do it is what matters.
You know how me that didn't explain now? He say, this life, all man get opinion. He say, opinion, if you buy waste, all man get one. He say, everybody entitled to that opinion there. Whether he fool, he clever, he intelligent, he gets opinion. But whatever opinion somebody gets about you, say not to you problem, not a problem, not to you problem.
Your problem is how you value yourself.
Exactly.
What you think, how you think, that's what is important.
That's what matters. What they think about you is their problem. Let them deal with it.
That is what makes you. And what you stand for, let the world know this is what you stand for. Don't dehumanize yourself by playing sycophants to people for material gains.
You remember Mandela, when he started, he was a terrorist.
Yeah.
But he died
as
a president, an activist, and a freedom fighter.
Yeah.
So if you endure and you believe in what you fight for, you get for stand through the test, because tribulations will come your way, and that is where you show your pedigree.
Yeah.
You know, because people then go call you names. People then go say for distract you. Then go say this and go say that. Mandela had a lot of stick. They even went to Mandela. They told him that if you go exile, we'll go free you. We'll go give you this. We'll go give you that. He said, I fought for what I believed in. You locked me up. Yawa de so I did deal with me people them. I not go left me people them the same condition where make una deal me what fight against. They go sit down somewhere else and enjoy me life. That mean I'm a hypocrite. I am not going anywhere. Where are we going to find more of those Mandela then?
We have them. But you know why we are not seeing them? Hmm? It's because we need to change our mentality. There are people in Sierra Leone who are bolder than Nelson Mandela. But these people have been tempered down because we always get a belief. And it is reinforced by the preachings or the wrong preachings of religion. Now, God, the mark person. God is not a partialist. No religious scripture, not the way they say, God say, I make some people for better, the other one for unlucky. You don't read that in the Quran? You don't read that in the Bible?
Nope.
Both books, the story of creation, they tell you almost the same thing. That God said, let us make this image and put part of me in it. You know, say I make image where one the better, the other unlucky.
And he give you an instructions. He say, go ye forth and procreate. That is for reproduce.
Take dominion. You know, say only don't sleep and wait for place sycophant.
Yep.
Take dominion. Use
and
the power of me in you. Use the muscles you have. Do what you have to do so you'll make the world a better place in your passage here.
And procreation,
are we doing that in Sierra Leone?
It's enterprise to reproduce,
yes,
to manufacture,
yes.
You know. And somebody
when
is very
people
wise man.
When I say produce, then feel say na for born picking, not
for born
picking.
No, not for that no more. It's for the more than that. It is deeper than that.
Change the world.
Then somebody when a very wise person will be drive one day, will he pass na bearing ground, and they shake his head. Now see what's going on. He say anytime I pass na bearing ground, they feel bad. Now see why
the plans that you are never fulfilled are there.
He said because you have more people them. You don't yonder, we're not ever realize their potential.
Yes. Yes. That's
some people that when you don't then die as a beggar, he could have been a doctor. He not get the opportunity for making sure that. Some person there we don't die could have been the fastest runner on this earth. He never ran once. He not even know say able run. He did not grave. So graveyard make I believe in this thing here. Where would they talk so and all? You know, potential na a seed. If I give mango seed, you go na your host, you put it on your drawer, you lock her. It will remain mango seed tomorrow, next year, and the year after. But if you take that mango seed there,
it grow.
You plant
within days, it don't turn something else.
It go turn to tree, and eventually it will be a fruit. And itself go make thousands of mangoes. We go get mango seeds. Exactly. Where if you continue for the replicate that action, you will get a forest of mangoes where you go call plantation.
And that's what we are not doing. That's exactly what the intellectual class is failing to do. To look for the potentialities and make them grow. Because everybody, they look for himself.
So you go agree with me, say Sierra Leone will get a lot of potentials where we'll not discover. And we're not interested for this.
Well, not so we they discover them. The potentials are refusing to discover themselves. You know why? Then trap themselves in the linear mentality. Go school, finish school, get university qualification, get a job, and live the rest of your life.
We in management, you know how we call that?
Look to life.
We in management, you know how we call that? The conveyor belt. Everybody follow the conveyor belt.
The linear outlook.
Yeah.
But if you begin look at the matrix of life, you say, okay, I have a Bachelor of Arts in Education. I have been a teacher. I have not seen profit from it. What next? They begin to examine potentialities, internally and externally. The fact that you engage in then thinking and they bring the energies together with other people, they think like you.
Alike, yeah.
Then the union of those energies, it'll take you from that linear existence into something else. This is how wealth is created. We don't know how to create wealth in Sierra Leone. And we not get patience for create wealth because we feel say everything should be achieved in our lifetime. There are certain wealth where they create, you they lay the foundation, and generations after you they can benefit from them.
But wealth is not just forget acquire houses, as a lot of people
In fact, it's
think.
not those things. It's a sustainability of convenience. Naina wealth.
So how you go put that to the people and let them understand that
Now, what
wealth
go
is
put
what we talk
am,
about? Because
if you
people never
start a
control them.
cassava farm,
Mhm.
you create a system where every year una they grow that cassava. Then you make sure, say, for every generation, then they learn new tricks. First, una plant the cassava, una go, una make fufu and gari. Then una take the same cassava, una make flour, una make cassava spaghetti, una make cassava bread. You are growing. You are evolving. You are creating sustainability. And that is how wealth is created. Not almost money you get in a pocket, or almost what you build now wealth. A sustainability process where they go on, where generations yet unborn they benefit from. Let
And
me
when
say,
you
for
get
example,
all empty and
and they come, let's just make this point. Let's say, for example, we get diamonds now. We look, say, this diamond get for done. We'll get profit from this money. We invest them for other things so that generations yet unborn go benefit from this diamond. It's wealth you are creating. But if you take all the diamond you put in your pocket, you get all the hosts, then you build them, when you die, you begin a left suffer. You have not created wealth. You created affluence whilst you were alive. And that's exactly what we do in Sierra Leone. We create affluence. After you come on at the source of affluence, you become a poor man the next minute.
I remember one interview I listened to Bob Marley. And funnily, Bob Marley, not a philosopher, he not get PhD, but he's a philosopher. Me see him as a philosopher. They ask and say, the journalist ask and say, you are wealthy. He said, I'm not wealthy. He said, but it depends which kind of wealth you're looking for, you're asking for. Then the man said, you have lots of money. He said, that is not wealth. He said, money is number. Number is never ending. That is why people that have money, they're never satisfied. He said, waiting a real wealth. He said, they are with me people them. And they share with them. Would they eat together? Would they play football together?
And share together.
I'm not afraid say one they can't stab me. I'm not they go hide from them. Would they do everything in common? Would they get fun together? He said, that gives me peace. He said, for me, that is wealth.
That's wealth. That's wealth. The ability for making able to sustain each other is wealth in itself.
Exactly.
With people in our
that
village, they not get boku money, but then they sustain each other.
Yeah.
They are wealthier than us riding SUVs in the town. Okay? We go camp on that. We go take a whole program on that because one of the things they don't teach in our educational system now how to create wealth.
It's not that.
That's why we mismanage wealth.
But we're not able to understand wealth. We will not even understand the ecology. We not even know the environment. When as something when you talk much earlier, if you don't understand your environment, you're not able to procreate within that environment. And that's what the Chinese, the Asians do very well. They know themselves, they know their capables, they know what they have in their community, and they use everything in their community to create something. But unfortunately, we are not able to do that because to start with, when I went to school, I didn't even do Sierra Leone history. A lot of people
teach you for think as a yes man.
Yes.
Not as a manager.
All man, yeah. Hey, you study history, you do history. I never did history. Me, na amateur historian. I learn history. Me said because the history wouldn't teach me. Now European history, they teach me about Napoleon
I
Bonaparte, where
teach
I
you
don't
about
live.
Napoleon. I been the killing
They teach
people
me
the way
about
you don't
the
drink
American War of
whiskey.
Independence. They teach me about, the French Revolution, Louis XVI. They teach me about the Russian Revolution. They teach me about the Renaissance. And all those things I
Nobody
don't
told
need
you
to
about
know.
Bernard Louis and Momoja or Kai Londo
Nobody
or
taught me
whatever.
about those. So virtually, they make a talk for say the educated class. We are containers of useless materials.
But
So
we can change it.
yeah,
Man, we can change it.
yeah, useless material.
Boy Jalo did not learn most of what he's using now in school or university.
You remember the
But Boy
science?
Jalo had a wish to change his mental status.
Yeah,
So
that's
he
how I
went
learned
out in search of
challenge.
knowledge.
Mhm. Let them teach you, they say water find its level, liquids find their level. So you find out for say liquid they take the shape of the container where you put her.
If I want to be honest,
And we don't make
90% of
ourselves liquid.
Imran, if I want
Yeah.
to be honest, 90% of what I learned in school and university, I've never used them in my life.
Not useful.
I go do geography in Ajala, then go teach me surveying, geodesic surveying. So use they survey, but when they are not user.
I remember where
Then
I will
teach
do
me other things them about art science, we I never use.
now, but can you just imagine? I do about bilizasis when I did Form 4, what they ready for O levels. Why the university and I did placements. The hospital why they placements. This doctor yeah, be they write something on biliza. And I say, oh, that's interesting. The black fly and this. Then the man say, you know about that? I say, because I know about it. Nice. And in what months do you know? I say they only happen in areas of fast running water and this, the that, the vector, and blah, blah, blah.
We were surprised.
He might be talking rubbish. Now the man go, the next day when he come, he asks his sister that the place. He say, where's the African guy? Now he say, he's up to date. Now he say, do you know all what he was saying is not rubbish? It's all correct. Something knows about that. So what come? Now the sister called me, beginning to tell me, say, are you not a doctor and you're pretending you're a nurse? Now I say, why are you saying that? Because what you spoke about here is in their module. It's in their module. The house officer said it's in their module.
Maybe they do housemanship.
So I kind of asked me back one. I said, I never be sweet for this thing for I never be sweet. Then I'm gonna be
What
sweet for
you just
language.
don't
Yeah.
prove so? You don't prove say we get the wrong type of education.
Totally.
We not a teach we picking them how for cut that bamboo and make them into something productive. Now, when they look at a world full of plastics, do you know we have the material in Sierra Leone that can replace plastic?
No.
I will not say it because it's a patent right I'm keeping.
Okay. Make sure you share with me.
But it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. That's why we idiots and they mislead we country, they create instability, some of who they vex. Because some of us want to go back and invest in those areas. Una depa una politics, but let we do what for build the economy.
Hey, brother, do you know where all man they talk about Limbakona? They don't even really know how that happened.
Let me tell you one thing,
Limba
this
man no go
Limbakona,
collect.
you don't bring something. You don't bring something. I know want to cut you off, but just listen to this. The guy we get this telecommunication company in Nigeria. I they call her. When they advertise on CNN. Glow.
Glow, yeah.
You know his name?
No.
I think he's related to this photographer up in the Godrich Street. That Nigerian photographer up in the Godrich Street by Regent Road Junction. Adenuga. That guy is called Adenuga. You know how he started making money? Now, palm wine, he begin bottle, he export. I make we talk about him back on, I say, hold it there. From exporting palm wine to Europe, where them in they buy and drink, now he don't make wealth, he don't transform in business, he go into one of the biggest telecommunications company in Nigeria. We get people in Sierra Leone. We don't play with money all these years. Have they been able to grow? They don't. You know why? Lack of trust. Then say, I'm sweaty for cover. I mean, if you am sweaty, why?
And
Why for
confidence.
cover?
I did a series on the Limbab tribe where I talk about this issue here. The Limbab man, they are our chemists and they distill. They not go college, but they sabi distill. But
Yes.
where the white man come to Africa, it was a very big business for them. And they bring millions of hectoliter of gin na Africa. So they can criminalize with local distillers them. When
they say illicit gin.
They say illicit gin. Limbama no one problem, not so confrontational people, as I say to a lot of people them. Limbama not the offend, then they defend. Then once the independence, so they move from urban areas.
So they go to bush, go begin make the illicit gin.
Areas. Go begin to cook their omelette, they no one problem. Even time they bring and come na town, they can't sell. Then they would man them, when the informants then tell them, then they can't read. They arrest you. They confiscate the omolid and puelam. So then go bring their own booze camp. But the mama no relents. Then kept going further and further away in corners. You know. So, but all the things there, we need to know about them. All man just talk no more. In Limba corner, they don't know the real reason, and that's the real reason.
They don't know.
That's the real reason. Because the white man be so vicious about the gin trade. And gin and Africa libation culture. I'm not hearing you.
Sorry. I say them people been they do that distillation day. Now old drums with bamboo pipes them they use.
Yes. And then they go do a near water side. Then they always do a near water side for explosion, for any cool. How did these people know about these things? Let me talk for say the Limbas are scientists. They are
we've been get with traditional science where we let go. So only the one that have been they make that thing there. I grew up in an environment in Songo. Outside them they make gara until the mid 1960s. The gara them they make now from leaf and other things like cola nut. Then we get people that always specialize for make the jug with cement. And they make the jug big one. And inside it, then they soak the leaf. That leaf would then they use for dye hand, where then they call lale.
And they soak and smell.
Then put salt and other things. They left them for some days. They get some funny smell. Yes. Then they tie the textile, the white textile, the brilliant, then put her inside.
Then
I know how to do all those things.
They stamp them with candle, and they get wax candle for make the design them. You know, it was a whole industry in McKinney. McKinney used to make some of the
we allowed all those things to die away.
Because when I was little, I didn't like to go to McKinney because of the noise. Early morning when they knock the garage,
Boom, boom, boom.
all over the place. And now you don't hear
Yes.
that anymore. You know,
We allow those things to die away. So who do we blame? We deviated our attention from what was producing goods and services to what was not producing
it come
but
back.
satisfied our ego. That
It
man
come
a
back
big
to
man, they in
it
our
come back to
office, you wear
politics. The
necktie.
politicians and the policies, and nobody encourage them because that's what the politicians should do. It is their
Because
job to make the policy.
they want to keep the people in servitude.
Exactly.
They
Because what do
encourage
me know,
ignorance for keep
which
the
means
people in servitude.
small economics wasabi, every country where you go, then they put very reduced taxation per homegrown goods and put excessive taxation per foreign goods for make them encourage people and for buy local and make
If
the
I tell
local
you
industry
something,
then grow.
if I tell you
That's,
something, you will believe the loom, oh, they take make country close. And they use an annuity today.
yeah.
Then get a traditional dress, the other they make with an and call them bunat. Flowery, embroidered something. Each area gets your own design. So you know which part of Norway the
It
person
come
come out from the design.
on the design, yeah. Yeah.
That traditional dress, the minimum you can buy the original one is $5,000. And then so value am na this country, all important ceremonies now in the world. As a matter of fact, most marriages, the bride they wear that bunat, show usai komot. The only people who have been able to come close to that in West Africa are the Ashanti people.
Yeah. Yeah. The Ashantiene, they've kept
We
that.
get all we traditional within the Sierra Leone. We left them.
You
We
know, see the
make
monami?
English, have PhD.
La boss, you know, see the monami now? Now I can go businesses. I see my salon brother then dress with the African costume. Then they hang Igbo bead. Then I can ask them. I say, you know Igbo? Hey, well, the African. I say, no.
They don't even
I
know
say,
what those
in Sierra
beads
Leone,
mean.
we
Them beads
culture,
then
man,
they
no, they
get
wear
meaning.
bead. There is no tribe in Sierra Leone where man, they wear bead. We don't wear beads. You see them, even when
Them
they get
beads
them
then they
big,
na
big,
by rank. Na
big, big
by
Igbo
rank
bead,
in
and
the
no
Igbo
more than they
culture.
wear now. They say that makes them African. What then they fail for realize? Even Yoruba man, no, they hang up.
Now,
Calabar man, no, they wear
that's
them.
a part
Hausa
of
man, no,
their
they wear them.
culture.
Just Igbo, na Igbo culture.
Yeah.
Na
And
Igbo man,
each
they
of
wear
them beads then they, in structure, they show the rank of the
the
person in
rank.
society.
They got they call them. They got they call them the kingsmen. Different rank amongst the kingsmen. You know.
Mm.
Now, when you go any side, then salon boy them. Any side where you go in America or Naya, then they wear that beat day. Then they
Well,
pass with.
they
Now I say,
they
you
show
see
you how
ignorance?
devastated we are
Yeah.
culturally.
No, salon man, now we they copy everybody else. Nobody really copy we. We just stay for body other
Because
people.
people don't care about we. The only thing
You
that
know?
they take from we now we resources.
Exactly. In
All
fact,
man
you see
they
what they
can
want to mean now,
protect you.
Gary, what I don't pass Gary. That Creole, they not a salon Creole, na Nigerian Creole. Salon,
Yes,
what I don't pass flour.
exactly.
You know? It's just crazy. Look, this
Okay,
somebody talk
Livlan,
bad Creole.
I think we've done something today. Let us round up now, and we will come back next Friday. This thing has to continue.
Okay.
We have to continue to give our people what they need to know. Not a PhD we need for know. We need for know what thing we
Brother,
don't
there.
know, and let we try for build up we mental status na Sierra Leone. If that man na Levuma, we then they call Kuroma, say that man na Cambia, we then they call Kuroma, now the same blood like him, irrespective of the fact that they know they talk the same language, then trust go begin building at the society.
Yeah.
This program today, not just introduction, who they come, the Almighty, what they try for build up. From now on, we are going to continue with the same thing, but we are going to be specific. Like, for example, we will say, okay, with traditional industries, who's still have been the traditional industries we'll get? Because every village been get blacksmith.
Yep.
Every village
been
get
had
carpenter. We been get this, we been get that. We been get the one them, we're not traditional bat attendants. We know to Whitman train them.
And we get traditional healer and we get with
Yes.
deity. We always then
Yes.
a cotton tree. You see
Yes.
them put red pieces today.
Yes.
Now, oh, it's demonic.
Now, man, they say, how do they say IJN in Jesus' name?
Yeah, it's demonic.
Jesus
it's
said,
demonic. You cannot do that.
I make you no worry again. Left
it is so sad that we, when are Africans, now when they talk for say, in fact, now, them Pentecostal and they talk for say, oh, you villager, they don't come visit you. That's and they try for tell people that for say, your grandparents then are which man them. You know? How could you say that about your ancestors? Now your ancestors, they say your ancestors now they get halter. They get negative halter.
We come back to the same thing. We come to the same thing. The slavery mentality.
No respect. You say your own culture inferior.
They go give man money. See the man they wear fine suits every day. You see they enable eat one cup Gary. But they glad for them. How do you call that? Slavery mentality.
It drive 4-wheel drive car. Brand new one.
The last time I went to Sierra Leone, somebody said, Lord, go to church, let them go pray for me. I say, for waiting. I don't need anybody's prayer. I only need to think properly and respect God. He will give me the wisdom I need. If you can pray to make people prosper, pray for yourself. Just like how people and they go to Mercy Man and Alpha Man. You go meet the man in Morosho, but you go get him money. If that man has the capacity to make change happen, he will start with himself.
Well, now the Moriman and now they get Google.
Huh?
The Moriman and now where you go, they get computer and get Google.
Yes, because they give them free money.
Yeah. So then they Google up, then they tell you.
They Google information about you, then they can't tell you exactly what you don't read, but you believe.
You believe. Yep.
Okay, my brother. I wish we could forget more time for there, but time don't go. Let they go now, and that'll give a last word to people.
Well, my dear brother, it's always a pleasure for share platform with you. I just want to take this opportunity for tell people and for say, not to other people and go make we country for we. Now we get for make we country, but for do that, we be getting this opportunity. That program where Anes Kromabi do attitudinal change. If he had done it properly, we would be talking something completely different now. It was a very good idea he brought forth, but unfortunately, it was not delivered. I think we get for visit that again because we problem not to APC, not to SLPP, that the people them within the party and the mentality. And once you get that virus, I don't care which party you make, you will get the same result.
But it's all over the place. It's all
over
over
the same part. And if you come out, because you see, the political class, they are a cross-section of the society. They are only reflected or they only represent a cross-section, but in reality, they came from the population. So that means the population itself now incorrupt. So if we want to change that, the very first thing what we get for do, we get for look at the root causes. And one way what we will work on the root causes, now for let we come and realize, say, there are certain things that way we get for review in we culture,
We mind now like constitution. You need for the revise them, you need
Get
for
for the
the
advice.
amender.
We get for correct we attitude, the way we will perceive of things, the way we will look at things. Because some man right now, they talk, say they one can change constitution. When you get a government where nobody not trust, nobody not trust this government. They're not even win elections.
Nobody would work with
How
you.
could you trust them to even change your constitution for you?
Minus that. Minus that.
Oh my
Who
goodness.
is going to vote in favor of a constitutional change? Because when you do constitutional change, you have to do referendum. Before you change a constitution, you have to do referendum. Who is going to vote in favor of it when they don't trust you?
My friend, they were supposed to do referendum for repeal the death penalty. Did they?
Well, maybe they did it at Levuma.
Because
You know, been did it and
them is supposed to do. So technically, we still get, they still not repeal the death penalty because they not follow the procedure, the right procedure.
Yeah.
Because then we need 2/3 majority, and after the 2/3 majority, they were supposed to do a referendum.
Exactly.
They didn't.
All the same.
If they want to do the constitution, they will be doing the same thing. Now they already got 2/3 waiting for them.
Well,
that would be a disaster.
We go discuss them. We go discuss them. There is going to come a program where we go discuss the political realities without discussing the players.
No.
Because that's something I think the people of Sierra Leone need to know. We are above APC SLPP now. We are going to a crisis. What caused it? That's the political reality we'll need for discuss.
Exactly. Because
I don't believe saying a matter be cause.
No.
A process we don't start from the 1950s.
It starts from 1789. Say come now.
Okay.
You know?
We go come for that. We go come for that.
It just be to say now under him, it can worse because instead not get the pedigree. It can make it worse. You know, but not to instant time. It's been there.
Nothing.
You know?
And that's why some of us are going to continue to talk so people will know the root of all them things here. You know? Let we try move away from them.
And
if you want to brand me as a politician, fine. You want to brand me as a teacher, fine. You want to brand me as a man where they talk about cool, fine.
I feel to say
satisfying a conscience.
We get for do political hygiene. We get for clean the political class in that country. I don't care whether it's APC or SLPP. I think we need a new breed. We need a breed where they think one nation, Sierra Leone.
And that breed has to be prepared by people like us.
Yeah.
Because if we not prepare them, they will be worse than the one they already pull.
That's how it's been. The one that we can the worst past the one that we
change. We get for change what's in the inside his head. Let people then begin see things differently. Then we can have a new breed of politicians.
The one that will not be go better to school, they not be the thief $10, $15. The one that we go and book and they add plenty zeros.
Yeah, because they know about private yacht and private jet.
You don't see
that man will be in the village. What is Sabi? We get one pong, even take go to village, then get out and dance, then sing all man go sleep.
A drink per wine. You know, see the Kabbalah elections, what they do, they add zero for the single digits.
No, you will know about private jet and private yacht. So if you get officers how they get that money with the chief boku.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Buy the most efficient SUV. Okay, my brother. It's a pleasure.
My friend. Thank you.
Have a good night. And my regards to the family.
We will come back next Friday. We'll be doing it once a week.
Okay. That's good.
We will come back next Friday. And if there is need, we may even begin to look at doing twice a week. But I believe, We country need this kind of education more than any other thing at this time. Otherwise, the tensions will continue to mount. Long not reach that explosion point.
We not believe, we not trust each other. There is no trust. And how would you trust people that we don't fail you over and over? You know very well. Say, I remember when I was small, they go give me injection. Come on school, take the hospital book come. The man go give me protein injection. You don't even ask me if I don't eat. This is penicillin. When I get for give you a test injection, it pack and pamia for them. Now I create and I say, so now get water, drink, get water, drink. Me man, steam. When I give me the injection, steam come on and me no say me yes. But I die of it.
Oh okay, so have a nice weekend and good night.
Have a good night, sir.
Right, sir. Bye.